A glamorous couple rises to fame, burns their bridges, and now face the ultimate public rejection as the royal family returns to America without them. A royal invitation is coming to America, but two people won't be on the guest list. Why would the royal family travel thousands of miles to the country where Harry and Meghan now live and completely ignore them? What did they do that was so bad the family won't even look their way? And what does this say about the choices they made when they walked away from everything? Here's where it gets strange. You probably remember when they said they wanted privacy. But now, years later, they're still in the headlines, still making claims, still fighting battles that seem to never end.
Okay, Mackenzie, it looks like Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will be iced out. What more can you tell me?
Well, can you blame America for icing them out? Harry?
To celebrate the 250th birthday. But Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are set to be left out in the cold, lots of people are saying, and basically because they are no longer.
And you're left wondering, was it all worth it? Remember when it all looked perfect? A prince met an actress. The world watched them fall in love. Millions of people tuned in to see their wedding. It looked like a modern fairy tale coming true. But something was wrong beneath the surface. Within 2 years, they made an announcement that shocked everyone. They were leaving, walking away from royal duties, moving to America, starting over. They said they wanted freedom. They said they wanted privacy. They said the royal family wasn't supporting them.
Now, the royal family is gearing up for a trip to the US to celebrate America's 250th birthday next year, but there's of course speculation that there will be no reunion with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
At first, people felt sympathy. Maybe they really did need space. Maybe the pressure was too much. But then came the interviews, the documentaries, the book deals, the constant media appearances. And people started asking, if you wanted privacy, why are you everywhere? What they said next would divide public opinion forever. The Oprah interview changed everything. Sitting on camera, they made claims that sent shockwaves around the world. They alleged there were concerns about their son's skin color. They said Meghan felt suicidal and got no help. They painted a picture of a cold, uncaring institution. The world split into two camps instantly. Some believed them completely. Others thought they were exaggerating. But one thing was certain. The royal family would never forget.
Meghan have spent the last nearly 6 years disrespecting both parties involved here. At one point, they accused the royal family of racism, and Harry...
According to reports, the family felt blindsided. They allegedly didn't know these claims were coming. No warning, no chance to respond privately. Then came Harry's memoir. More allegations, more family secrets, more private conversations made public. His brother, William, his father, Charles, his stepmother, Camilla, all discussed in detail. People who once defended Harry started questioning him. Was this really about healing, or was it about revenge? But the accusations didn't just target the royal family. Fast forward to now. America is celebrating its 250th birthday in 2025, and the royal family is coming to join the party.
250th birthday. Prince William and Princess Kate will be in America in July, while King Charles and Queen Camilla.
King Charles and Queen Camilla were invited for a state visit in April. Prince William and Princess Kate are expected in July. This is huge. The royals don't travel to America that often anymore. It's a sign of respect, a celebration of history, a diplomatic mission. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Harry and Meghan live in California now. They're just hours away from where these visits might happen. And, according to multiple sources, they won't be included.
Working royals, that's the main sort of reason they're not going to be there. So the Declaration of Independence, well, they declare themselves independent from the working royals, and as a result, it's going to...
The official reason? They're not working royals anymore. They left the family. They gave up their duties. But everyone knows there's more to it than that. Because Harry didn't just burn bridges with his family. Harry made enemies in America, too. According to reports, during a phone call he allegedly believed was with climate activist Greta Thunberg, Harry made comments about American politics. Strong comments.
Once said on a phone call with who he thought was Greta Thunberg that President Trump had blood on his hands. Harry has become allegedly a pot-smoking, pay-for-play royal speaking at a Hilton in Toronto next week, and Meghan is a...
Whether or not those exact words were said, the damage was done. Harry's name became political in America, and that's dangerous for someone trying to build a new life here. Now, with changing political landscapes, those old comments might come back to haunt him. The royal family, meanwhile, stays neutral. They don't wade into politics. They represent everyone. That's the rule. By allegedly breaking that rule, Harry put himself on thin ice. And Meghan? According to commentators, she's been criticized for her own approach. Some say she disrespected American traditions while living here. Others say she's trying too hard to be Hollywood. Neither side seems happy with them anymore. And it's affecting how people see them now. Remember how they said they wanted to be private citizens? That's not what happened. Instead, they became celebrities. Podcasts, Netflix deals, speaking engagements, magazine covers, award shows.
So when they've been at the Polo Lounge as well. So it's a great place. The Polo Lounge is a great celebrity hangout. We're talking about bravery. So there's another quote here from this article where she's talking about her children in jam. And she says,
I'm so sorry. I mean, what does that mean? It goes completely over my head. And it just goes back to the narrative that she's talking nonsense. I mean, really? Jam?
Meghan recently launched a lifestyle brand, jams and preserves, home goods. She did interviews talking about bravery and her children. But critics say it rings hollow.
if she is with this project.
Yeah, thanks, Matt, for that.
It's utter drivel. I completely agree. I just think that the situation is that she's doing nothing brave in her life. I mean, for 5 years, or almost 6 years, she's been out of the royal family. She's been said that she was gagged while she was in there. Clearly, she's not. I mean, she hasn't got anything. There's nothing brave about what she's doing. And I think about some of the royal family members who, you know, fought in wars or represented the country. That's bravery. Not posing for a photo shoot with Harper's Bazaar. It's ridiculous.
Well, there's two other things from there that we picked.
The word bravery kept coming up. Meghan used it to describe herself. But commentators pushed back hard. Is selling jam brave? Is doing magazine shoots brave? Compare that to royals who served in war zones, who dedicated decades to charity with no fanfare, who stayed quiet during personal attacks. The contrast became impossible to ignore. And people started seeing a pattern. Everything they do seems to contradict what they said before. They wanted privacy, but they won't stop talking.
Portrayal of Meghan, definitely worth a read. Just before we move on from it, can you tell me about this? So she was makeup free. Is that right on the
Again, bravery. This is pretty ridiculous. I mean, this was a thing that in Hollywood probably 6 years ago was some sort of form of bravery, and you would, not have makeup on. I know Pamela Ann. Just don't think, Meghan pared back. We don't want the physical pared back of her. We would love a little bit more about what she's actually going through, a little bit more transparency. And I think that she's almost using that to deflect from the fact that she's not.
Meghan posed for Harper's Bazaar without makeup. The headline called it brave, but many rolled their eyes. Going makeup-free isn't brave in 2024. Lots of celebrities do it. It's become almost trendy. What people actually want is emotional honesty, transparency about mistakes, acknowledgement that maybe some choices were wrong. Instead, they get more branding, more projects, more carefully crafted images. Harry's transformation is equally jarring. Once known as the fun-loving prince, he now appears in serious interviews talking about trauma, valid topics, important topics. But the timing feels calculated. Every appearance seems designed to sell something: a book, a show, a brand.
His childlike wonder and playfulness.
I think he would hate that.
Do you think he would?
I think he would hate that. Yes, I think he'd absolutely.
Because a couple of days ago, she was showing, the amazing footage when he missed Anne, and the alarm goes, and he's the hero running off to jump in his helicopter, and then she's calling him childlike wonder and playfulness.
I think if she did that while they were still living in the UK.
People remember Harry the soldier, Harry the hero. Now they see Harry the celebrity, and they're not sure they recognize him anymore. Which brings us back to the royal visit. Let's be clear about what's happening. The royal family is traveling to the country where Harry and Meghan live. They'll be on the same soil, breathing the same air, maybe just hours apart. And they allegedly won't even try to meet.
In the cold, according to sources that told Page 6. So, Andrew.
This isn't an accident. This is a message. According to royal commentators, this is the family saying, "You're not one of us anymore. You made your choice. Now live with it." It's brutal. It's public. It's final. Some people feel this is too harsh. Harry is still Charles's son, William's brother. The grandchildren are still part of the family. But others say this is deserved. You can't attack your family on global television and expect them to welcome you back with open arms.
To Windsor Castle, I was outside waving the Power Hour flag, as you know, and reporting on that. And during that visit, the President Trump invited King Charles and Camilla and the royal a visit to celebrate the 250th anniversary. That is going to be a wonderful tour. Obviously hoping that the King is well enough, because he's obviously his health scares and so on and so forth. But they have been invited for this state visit in April, and they're gearing up for this star-spangled trip to celebrate.
The visits will be grand, diplomatic, full of ceremony and respect. Harry and Meghan will watch from the outside. and they have nobody to blame but themselves. It's not just the royal family distancing themselves. Reports suggest Hollywood hasn't embraced them the way they hoped either.
That she spoke to. They didn't name that celebrity. Do you remember that? And I do know I've been out to Montecito, and I do know that they've bumped into John Travolta there before.
Sure, they live in Montecito, a celebrity hotspot. They see famous people around, but where are the close friendships, the collaborations, the inner circle? Oprah gave them that massive interview platform. Tyler Perry let them stay at his house. But since then, silence. Other celebrities seem to keep their distance. No one wants to be seen as taking sides against the royal family. It's bad for business, bad for image. And according to some reports, people in Hollywood find them difficult to work with, demanding, constantly changing their minds, never satisfied. These are allegations, of course, but the pattern is there. Projects get announced, then quietly disappear. Their Spotify deal ended badly. Netflix shows got mixed reviews. The lifestyle brand launch felt underwhelming. Nothing seems to stick, because success in Hollywood requires something they're not showing. Let's talk about what they actually gave up. Harry was born into one of the most famous families on Earth. He had wealth, status, protection, purpose. Yes, there were downsides: media scrutiny, rules, expectations, but there were also incredible privileges. He could have spent his life making real differences, championing causes, using his platform for good, all while being protected and supported by an ancient institution. Instead, according to observers, he's now giving speeches at hotels for money, doing paid appearances, living off his family name while simultaneously attacking that family.
President Trump had blood on his hands. Harry has become allegedly a pot-smoking, pay-for-play royal, speaking at a Hilton in Toronto next week, and Meghan is a...
Let's talk about what they actually gave up. Harry was born into one of the most famous families on Earth. He had wealth, status, protection, purpose. Yes, there were downsides: media scrutiny, rules, expectations. But there were also incredible privileges. He could have spent his life making real differences, championing causes, using his platform for good, all while being protected and supported by an ancient institution. Instead, according to observers, he's now giving speeches at hotels for money, doing paid appearances, living off his family name while simultaneously attacking that family. So where does this leave them? In April and July of 2025, the royal family will tour America. There will be ceremonies, celebrations, media coverage everywhere. Harry and Meghan will not be included. They'll watch on television like everyone else. They'll see William and Kate smiling and waving. They'll see Charles and Camilla being honored. And they'll know they could have been there. According to sources close to the situation, there's allegedly no path back right now. The bridges aren't just burned, they're completely destroyed.
Joining me now is celebrity and royal commentator Kinsey Schofield. Kinsey, multiple sources have told Page Six that the royal family will travel to the US to celebrate.
Some people feel sympathy for them. Maybe they were overwhelmed. Maybe they made mistakes under pressure. Maybe they deserve a second chance. Others feel justice is being served. You don't get to attack your family publicly and keep all the benefits of that family. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle. But one thing is certain: This royal snub will hurt. It's public, it's permanent, and it's entirely their own doing.
In July, but no reunion, apparently.
Absolute 250th birthday bash for America.
They wanted independence. They got it. They wanted to be free. They are. But freedom came with the price they might not have fully understood. And now, as the royal family celebrates in America without them, that price is becoming crystal clear. This is their new reality. This is what they chose. So what do you think? Is this a fair consequence for everything they've said and done? Or is the royal family being too harsh? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is this a smear campaign against Meghan and Harry? Or are they finally facing the truth? I want to hear your perspective. And if you want more deep dives into royal drama and Hollywood secrets, hit that subscribe button and check out the playlist. There's so much more to this story. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.